Hey, let us talk about footprinting and reference. I am going to use a tool called nsLookup, and I want you to know this tool better than anybody else out there, and to be the fluent with the tool. You restrictly have to use it on a variety of system and variety of platforms, and just kind of see how this tool tweaks a little bit from system to system. We are going to use this tool on Windows, basically perform a handful of commands and to understand the relationship between name resolutions in terms of fully qualified domain names and IP address. And we are going to see how the response from the server can change as you do this over and over and over again. So we are also going to talk about the difference between the authoritative answer and non-authoritative answers. Authoritative means that it actually comes from the name server that you already have specified, and non-authoritative answer comes from somebody else like name server. We are also going to look at other types of records like C names and MX records and pointer records and things like that. So how do you find a mail server from a particular domain and look at some other record types? You can strictly use these commands in just about any version of Windows, and it is going to be the some. Nonetheless, I would recommend you to using it on Unix, using it on Kali, using it on Windows. But we are just going to take a couple of minutes here, and we are going to learn DNS inside now. So the first thing I want you to do is open a command prompt like I opened, and then type nsLookup. ns. Now you can do this just from command prompt and type in your name, but all in one market dot dot com and see where it comes from. And these are these all kind of informations. All of the default setting, but we can also go actually into the interactive mode. This is one of the few utilities that actually has an interact mode. So we are going to look at the right, what you can see is that I did just from a one liner, which is just a half. I want the answer to know exactly what I am looking for, and I know exactly how to type it, and I can just type it and be done with it. And you can see that ibz.com, it is currently located at this IP address at 199.59.242.151. I can also go interactively here and do basically the same thing. So I can do nsLookup and hit enter, and then I can just type the same thing, all in one market, sorry, market dot ibz.com. Oh, I missed a hyphen on between one market. Okay, so I did the same thing, all in one market, and you can see that answer from for the most part looks exactly the same. Expect that you can see that my terminal prompt right there is a caret sign, while before it was that SQL. So I am still in interact mode. Let us go ahead and type help, and see what we can see here. You can see the basic construct of command name, command name 1, name 2 is the just as a verb but use name 2 as server. I can set a particular option. I particularly like to set type X because this is talks about all of the different record types that you are likely to be using. So for example, it talks about records which is your host name resolutions, or any means all of them, or a C name. So basically you can find all of the help command there, like for no debug, print debugging information, def name for append domain name to each query, and recurse for ask for a recursive answer to query, and all of the kind of information that will help you out, like ls slash a sorry hyphen a for list credential names and alias, and hyphen g for list all records, and all of these kinds of information you can try several by one. So if you are looking for a mail server or PTR record, which is the exact opposite of an record, that record you are looking for an IP to name, I can also do start of authority word locate services resources records, mostly services interrogating an internal company's DNS opposed to externally, but nonetheless is still hopeful to try that. I can also do the server hyphen I can actually specify the server that I want to use, so that is pretty common, and I can also list out all of the domain records, and that is very helpful. Option 2, because if I can do a zone transfer and basically ls slash d sorry hyphen d to list all records from a particular domain, works really well. So let us go ahead and start looking at this. The first thing we'll do is we'll do a set type which is equal to set type which is equal to, which is more likely the default anyway, and you just hit enter and it comes back. And now I have got the parameters set, so I can now just type my website all in one market.xz.com, and press enter. Again you can see that the response basically looks the same, but what we are going to do here is change some of these records type. So if I change the type of is equal to mx, and again I'm gonna put my website address, so if I change the type of equal to mx, So let's set the type in MX. You get the command prompt back, and then I basically hit the upper room and hit my record again. And you noticed like I have to type my website, so I just hit uppercase and enter. So which is pretty much the same from everybody. So the answer is non-authoritative information, because I basically it's also same as the non-authoritative answer. So I basically asked my name server as opposed to the name server on the internet. So it says ipsy.com console name, also known as there is another name, an alias ipsy.com, and mail server it has got a preference of 0, and then the mail exchanger is. So right way I can basically start getting a little bit of recompense, nothing really a game changer in terms of always showing to let's do by set type of start of chart till like SOA again. Start of authority is called SOA, then hit enter to get my website. Okay, so that's nothing changed with this Joe. So basically there's no difference, and I'm basically just reading the result as they come to me here, and I'm just intercepting them, and I'm particularly looking for when even something. So it's completely different response altogether. It's not like before we got here. So if I something really old that tells me when in the last time they changed the domain name information or all kind of information, but in this case is actually just few days ago, so that is pretty current in their grand scheme of the schemes. So if I would like to record my all the data then I have to do the same thing. First I have to exit from there. Just type exit. Oops, sorry. Exit. Then same to nsLookup. Website name. Uh, all-in-one-market.ipsy.com. So again, it's a non-authoritative answer. And I used two greatest sign to save my file to .txt file.txt. You can see that it appends the result to the file, and that is definitely more of the advanced option that you are like to have. So the takeaway here. So let's go ahead and summarize. Let's go ahead and clear screens first. Okay, so we cleared the screen. Let's get our file that we saved. You can get those files by just typing off notepad. Okay, here it's open and all of your information is being saved, so you don't have to worry about like your information will go on, so you can make a document on that. So let's do again and let's look up. Let's look up, and if you apply that would be .com. We didn't save any set type, so it's again non-authoritative answer. So let me set the type first. If I wanted to get an authoritative answer, I could have specified that specifically, and then I could actually set the name server here using the server base slash hyphen the name, so in the requested timeout. So authoritative and to learn use this on multiple systems, particularly on Windows and Unix, because they are going to be more than like the place where you are going to spend the most time here. So thank you for watching, guys, again, an alien world, and stay tuned and see you in the next video.